Hello, welcome back to my channel and join me for the unboxing of my Avon Letterbox Looks box. You can see it's in a nice sturdy pink box. You have in here a card which instructs you how to do the smoky eye look, and in the box you have a foundation, an eyeshadow quad, mascara, eyeliner, lipstick and foundation. And here I am with my bare face, exposing it to the world, sticking my hair in a bulldog clip just like I was at home, and I'm actually going to put this makeup on for the first time. So I've not tried it at home or anything like that. So I am going to start with the foundation. I believe this is one of their best-selling foundations. It is a cream to powder and it is in the colour, I'm just checking, the colour nude, or that's certainly the box that I ordered was nude. So underneath you've got the sponge. I'm going to use the applicator they gave me rather than sort of second guessing and using my own. Now I am speeding it up because it did take quite a long time for me to get the foundation on and looking good. It's quite a solid cream. My skin is well moisturized and I carry some oil, and it did take me some time to be able to get the foundation on. After what felt like a lifetime, I was done. So now I'm going to move on to the smoky eye look. I'm going to be really disciplined and not do it in the way that I do my own eyes and do clients' eyes and stuff. I'm going to follow their instructions. You can see me frowning. I don't have my glasses on. And yeah, the only reason I don't wear my glasses is not just through vanity. The light reflects off them too much, so I must get some non-glare lenses. So anyway, I am using the first shade, which they say to highlight the inner corners of the eye. So that's what I'm doing. It wasn't a particularly vibrant highlight, so it's quite subtle. So a bit subtle for me and my normal level of sort of drag application, but it just brightens up the inner corner of the eye. So that's something that I would do normally. I normally do it at the end, but I'm following the instructions that they're giving me. So highlight the inner corner. They then say to take number 2 shade, and there we go, I'm pointing at it. Number 2 shade, and take it all over the lid. Okay, so I'm just sort of patting and swiping that over the lid. So just up to kind of the curve of the eyeball, so just into the crease area. Again, I'm not using any of my little tricks that I would normally do. I'm just following the instruction. So I've just patted the colour onto my eyelid. And just sort of trying to get the intensity up. It's not a very intense colour, so it can be quite subtle. I haven't tried them wet. They might be a bit more intense when they're wet. Now I'm going on to number 3. Now this is the colour that they recommend taking into the crease. There we go. And adding that. It seems to be a slightly lighter shade, but it actually looks a little bit darker in the palette. So I'm just reading off my card here. The actual instruction is frame with shade 3 along the crease. So I'm framing and shading. So I'm trying my best to let you see what I'm doing. It's quite tricky. So if the mirror gets in the way or my hand gets in the way, I do apologise. So yeah, I've taken the number 3 shade along the crease. There we go. So now I'm using number 4, and the instruction is to define with shade 4 along the lash line and outer corner. Now I don't have very much eyelid. My eyes are dropping like a lot of ladies and men's. So if I tried to put it along the lash line, I would get a bit murky. So I'm trying to just really take that into the outer corner of the eye, and you can take it below the eye certainly, and you can see some of it has, I'm taking it onto just underneath in the corner of the eye as well. So in theory, that is the whole eye look finished. So I'm going back in to put a little bit more highlight in because I don't do subtle, I apologise. Popping a little bit more lightness into the corner. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to blend the whole thing together. Now, they don't say to do that. That's one thing that I think they could have said, that step 5 is to take a soft brush and blend the whole thing together a little bit, because although the colours aren't drastically different, it can look a little bit blocky. So I'm just blending the whole thing together. And any of you that have watched my eye videos know that's the one thing I'm always nagging everyone to do, is blend, blend, blend. So that is the eye look done. So the next thing I'm going to go on to is the lipstick. Now, it's a matte lipstick, which wouldn't always be my first choice because I do suffer a little bit with dry lips. But I like the colour that it came. It felt quite nourishing and quite moisturising. So I'm going to go with it. Again, if I was doing it sort of for a night out or using it on a client, I would use a lip brush, but I really just wanted to use the box as it came. So yeah, I quite like that colour. I think it brings out the blue in my eyes. So next thing is the glimmer sticks. Now, I hear about these all the time, and I think the name glimmer sticks has been around for ages with Avon. So basically, it's a very fine, wind-up eyeliner. Now, I preach a lot to people about gel eyeliner with a brush. That's what I use on clients, and on myself I use a felt tip liner. I did find almost this is too fine, so it can be a bit draggy on the eye, and I'm trying to get a reasonably defined look, and it's a bit bitty. I think if I use it again, I will definitely need to sort of pull my lid a little bit smoother. So for me, I definitely still prefer using a felt tip liner, but you can get a nice fine line with it. And then I'm just trying to really line the eyes from the inner corner all the way out, and then just taking it underneath the outer edge. And that's your glimmer sticks. And then I should be now finishing with the mascara. There it is, Super Shock Volume Mascara. Now, I love the brush on this. It's, yes, that was my appreciative face. It's a kind of rubber brush with lots and lots and lots of teeny tiny little heads on it. So it's not a brush with fibres, it's a rubberized brush, which I love, and it combs through my lashes. I don't have masses of lashes. I need everyone to be found and wrapped in colour, and I did find that that's exactly what this did. Didn't give me massive volume or massive length, but certainly it found every lash, which is nice. And although it's quite a big brush, I didn't get it all over my eyelid and underneath my eye, which I can do. And when you've got short lashes and a poochy face like I've got, sometimes you can get yourself in a bit of a mess doing mascara. But I really did quite like that. And then I should be finishing off, presumably, with the blusher. This is from their Mark range, which I think has got some really funky packaging, so I was quite excited about this. It's quite a natural shade. I over-apply blusher, like I like to over-apply everything. So I'm just, because it's quite a natural shade, I'm just popping it onto the apple of my cheeks. I like the shade. I think it's quite a natural sort of flush colour. And I didn't think it would work with the lipstick initially because it's quite pink and the lipstick has got quite a gold gingery tone to it. But I think because it's a natural colour, I think it did work quite well. So as usual, I have applied lots and lots of colour, and then I'm going to go over and just blend things out a little bit. I'm being brave as well. I'm not bronzing, I'm not contouring, I'm not highlighting. I'm just trying to kind of do the face out of the box. So time to let down my tumbling waist-length locks and just give you the finished look. I'm going to record some check-ins as well as the day goes on, so you can see how the makeup is wearing. Now we're at 2 hours later, and already I knew the foundation wasn't going to work for me. I think the oiliness of the foundation is causing the mascara and the eyeliner to run a little bit. You can see on my chin all the pink of my natural skin colours coming through, and the foundation really is just sitting on top of my skin. Not loving how the eye colours are looking. I mean, it's nice, it's subtle. I suppose it's just not what I'm used to, but the foundation is just slipping and sliding all over my face. You can tell I'm not very impressed. And my lips are pretty dry, and the lipstick is not looking pretty at this point. So let's see how the day goes. So this is about 7 hours later, and it's not good. You see the smudging under my eyes. The foundation is all sort of separating. You can see it's got a line there. Goodness knows where that's even come from. It's all separated on my chin. The coverage is not very good. You can see, I don't know whether it's the mascara or the eyeliner, is all underneath my eye. Lipstick is kind of non-existent. In fairness, I think a lot of the problem is the foundation. I didn't think I would like it. I don't have dry skin. I have well moisturized skin, and I just think this foundation has sat on my skin and slid around. I think if you had drier skin, you might find this foundation better. See, the blush has almost disappeared as well. I will try these colours again. I think what I'm going to do is maybe try some of the colours, the eyes, because the eyes, they're a bit something or nothing really. But I'm going to do it the way I like to do it. I'm going to do the makeup my way, not the way they suggested, and I'm going to use my own foundation and powder and all of that stuff, and just see if I can get the blusher and the eyes to be a bit more vibrant. The mascara is okay, it's not waterproof. The eyeliner is kind of not really there anymore, but I do think a lot of that is down to the fact that the foundation is just not for me. So all in all, I mean, it's a really good idea. It's good value, as in the amount of products you get, but if they put in a choice where I could have chosen a foundation for a normal combination skin or a mineral foundation, I think it would have been a whole different ball game. But this foundation is just not for my skin. It just doesn't look nice. It's all separating and it's all sort of greasy and coming away. So all in all, not brilliant, but I will try the colours again. Morning, it's now the next day, so it's the second day of wearing the Avon makeup, and I think it's time for some conclusions. Overall, I'm happier with my makeup today. I have my own foundation on, my own concealer, my own bronzer and everything else, but the eye colours, they're not really strong enough. But anyway, let's just go through it properly. So on the thumbs up side, on the good side, I love the concept. I love this idea of the box. I love the value, £20 for £51 worth of makeup. I love the fact that, apart from some other bits and bobs, if you're not a kind of what am I trying to say? Someone who has bronzer and highlighter and contour and all the rest of it, you have truly got a look in a box. So I think the idea is absolutely brilliant. It hasn't worked for me. I think probably when you're putting together a box, and there are different options, so if you don't know where to start, I pick the option for how I want my face to look, and I can make everything else sort of fit in with it. So I went for a box more for a warmer skin tone, because I can even everything up. But if you've got blue eyes and fair skin and fair hair, the way they depict how you pick, I'll try and put a little shot in if I can. It does help you choose your box. Okay, so that's really good. So that's great. Good value for money for the amount of product you get. There is different options for different skin tones and hair colour and eye colour and stuff. And you have the best part of a look in a box. They do give you this card to instruct you how to, certainly in this box, how to do a smoky eye. I'm not sure what it is in the other box. So I think my overall conclusion is it's a great idea for somebody who is not a makeup master, okay? So if you're someone who wants to wear a little bit more makeup or experiment with more makeup, it would be a great dipping your toe in the water. I think it would make a good gift for somebody. I think it would make a good gift for a daughter or a sister or someone that you thought wanted to step into makeup, or even if you've got someone in your life that is experimenting with makeup for the first time, if you've got someone who is transgender, if you've got someone who is transitioning, you've got a lot of sort of know-how in that box, and the colours are all designed to work together. But for someone like me who knows makeup, I'm quite fussy about my makeup because and it's nothing to do with money. So when I say that I'm fussy about makeup, you guys know, and I'm very honest with you, I love Makeup Revolution, and you're buying eyeshadows sometimes for £2, £3, palettes for £4 or £5. They just have more bang for their buck. As you can see, my eye colour, you can't really, I mean, I've done it the way I would normally do my eyes. You can't really distinguish between the colours. Although the colours look quite different in the palette, they actually come out, I've got them all on my eyes, and they actually come out kind of all the same. Which, if you are not used to makeup and want to learn how to use and blend colours, perfect. So overall, I think it's definitely a kit for someone who is new to makeup, wants to build their confidence, wants to build their collection. For someone who is looking for a little bit of wow from their makeup, this I don't think is for you. Also, it's not a comment on foundation as a product, it's a comment on the suitability. I hate this foundation. I knew as soon as I saw it that it was not going to work on my skin. I had to work quite hard to find out the ingredients, actually, because if something doesn't suit my skin or my skin type, I do like to know what is in it and probably why. And I ended up having to go onto the American site because they have the ingredients listed, and I struggled. I couldn't find it on the English site. I might be looking in the wrong place. And the largest ingredient in this is polypropylene alkyl glycol, which is quite a rich moisturizing ingredient. They also have microcrystalline wax in there. Lots of very rich products to give it this rich consistency. Now, I have oil in my skin. You know, I'm heading for my mid-40s, but I still have oily skin in the centre. And I knew as soon as I put this foundation on, it was just going to slip and slide all day. And as you saw from the catch-ups yesterday, that's what happened. So I believe this is one of their biggest sellers. Lots of people love it. If you have a dry skin, or you are a youngster with perfect skin, with no oils or anything in there, perfect. But certainly for someone like me with combination skin, no, it didn't go on nicely, and it just sort of went downhill from there. So to me, a choice of foundation would be a good idea. If this is their kind of, hello, we're here, we're Avon, we're cool, look how intelligently we're selling our product, come and try more. It's not really done that for me, which is a shame. It's not really sort of lured me in. I think I would be much better going in and picking my own bits and pieces. But I think it's a brilliant concept. I think you have got a lovely package of products there for a very reasonable price. And if you want someone who wants a more soft look, a more natural look, and doesn't know where to start, I think it's a great idea. So all in all, not for me, but I think it's a great idea. And I think, you know, Avon is well priced. Give it a try. I will try some more products for them because I really want to love their products. I think as a company, they do a lot for domestic violence. They do a lot for breast cancer care. They enable women to earn some money working part-time. I want to love their products. So I will try some more. But this is their letterbox look. I don't know if they're going to carry on doing it, but for £20, give it a go. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you again soon.